I've got a buddy who has been
we
shot
started.
several times.
What a great way to start the stream. All right, Mouse. Do you want to recap last session?
I can. It's honestly a pretty brief recap from last time. I didn't even have to write anything down for the recap. I can just remember it mostly off the top of my head. So we left. Where are we? Ah, here we are. So we left Phandelver and went back up to Cragmaw Cave to go talk to Mr. Yemek for more information, along to see if we can find Raglin, which we did. We then healed his wounds and got some information out of him about the current operation that's going on. A little cryptic, but we were able to decipher it. A river, a sword, and a mountain, which there is a path just east down the Tribord Trail.
That's right.
We then also decided to let him go. We did not kill him. And then we exited the cave, and that is where we currently are. That is a very Cliff Notes version of it, but that is all the important information. We got there. We got the secret ciphers, learned about the Glassstaff, and that he has a cabin somewhere around Phandelver, which is connected to that hidden path.
Right. Now it's time for the hunt for Bin Laden. Glassstaff.
Well, yeah, we have to. We can either immediately start investigating. I don't remember what we decided to do. We can either go, because our original plan was go to Cragmaw Cave and then go to Thunder Tree to go investigate there. But we got most of our information we needed from Cragmaw, so there isn't necessarily a need to go to Thunder Tree unless we want to do the optional loot that is there, that we know is there.
Yes.
Or there could still be stuff yet to be discovered as well up there pertaining to the Glassstaff, considering that was a recently raided town, and we don't know. Rumors have it it could have been goblins, bandits, or orcs. We won't know till we get there.
Yep.
But my bet is it was the Redbrands, considering that the people from said town were in the dungeon.
It's very true. All right, what direction are you guys wanting to go? Do you want to try and investigate the Sword Mountain stream? You want to do some hunting around over there? Or do you want to go to Thunder Tree? What's the play? What's the plan?
If I'll cast my vote first, I think we might still want to head to Thunder Tree to gather any additional information we might be able to find before confronting Glassstaff and the secret hideouts.
I'm down for Thunder Tree as well.
Okay. What say you, Mr. Benadryl?
Thunder Tree sounds fascinating, so let's go.
Okay, Thunder Tree it is. And so our party begins to head west off the Tribal Trail and then heads north.
Hey, we got any Pokemon fans in this here voice chat?
Me.
Sure.
Old school, but me.
I think you'll enjoy this image then.
I'm definitely not helping work on a Discord bot that is very Pokemon inspired.
That's sick.
Would you like the link to the artist?
Yes. Ignore the voice crack.
Yes.
That is entirely warranted with this artist. I have been following them for, what year is it, 24? Years, at least. And they have never disappointed.
That is dope. I love that. That's so cool. I can only dream to be that good of an artist. I've only just learned basics of drawing people.
You can draw?
Yeah.
Pretty well. It's like, if you see this avatar here, Mouse drew that.
Yeah, no, I drew my character in game.
Ooh. Here's another example of their works, by the way.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
I fell in love with their works so long ago. I'm sorry, I derailed everyone.
It's fine. We had our ADHD break.
We need one of those every 3 minutes. So you guys are on the path to Thunder Tree. You're taking what looks to be the Tribord Trail over to the High Road, and then taking the High Road north to Neverwinter. So this is a bit of a journey.
That would be the better path last time.
You could, of course, have gone through Neverwinter Wood, but dangers and spiders and
spiders.
Nothing. I didn't say anything about spiders. So given that you're taking the trail, the hazards are minimal. However, there is something of a danger of bandits, depending on, of course, your luck. So if I could have someone for the day roll a d20 just to see what
Sure.
happens.
We'll have Lars roll it because he's the luckiest guy who definitely doesn't get stabbed over and over again. Ooh, the fortune smiles. I did go to the luck shrine.
That's
before we
true.
left.
You did go to that luck
So-
shrine.
I was blessed by the sister that was there.
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, your journey is very uneventful. You pass a few other travelers on your way down this road, and then on your way up the high road, they appear to be kind of your standard fare. A few adventurers in colorful garb, some like joking with one another, a few interesting bands. I think one is all high elves. You can't really tell the gender, given that they are, of course, high elves, and as such are pretty lacking in gender dimorphism. But there's a few of them just kind of laughing and smiling and kicking their legs on a wagon as they head down this main street, this cobblestone road that runs the length of the coast. But before long, you find your way at around, let's say, 8 p.m. to Thundertree. And so Thundertree, this place is deserted. You remember being informed that it was in ruins, but when you approach, you are made aware of just exactly how dilapidated and abandoned it is. If you've ever seen images of Peru, really old villages in Peru with stone buildings and kind of a lush green hilly landscape, that's pretty much what we've got going on here. Pretty close to the coast, so you've got mists kind of creeping inland and sweeping around trees and bushes and hills.
Like you're talking about an Irish ghetto.
I guess a Fey ghetto, more overgrown with moss. Ghetto usually is associated with urban decay. This is very much just it's on the very opening of the forest. So this is very wooded and for the most part pretty deserted. So as you approach, gradually the trail becomes an old overgrown lane, winding between dilapidated buildings, choked in vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill, upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoining cottage. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between the old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins, with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact. The whole place is eerily silent. A wooden sign is nailed to a post nearby. It reads, "Danger, plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now." And is capitalized. As if they're just if plant monsters weren't bad enough, there's also undead. So yeah, pretty eerie,
worry.
pretty spooky, pretty abandoned.
If I know my plants and my zombies, they're probably busy fighting each other.
They very much would be.
Quick, somebody find a nice large lawn.
I'll grab the rake. I hear that's a good weapon.
Make sure there's no traffic cones anywhere.
Okay.
Lars suspiciously eyes the warning sign. Surely they're jesting, right?
There
They
weren't
were not
plants.
joking!
There weren't plants or zombies. There was an entire board.
Ah!
The fabric of reality shifts and buckles.
Let me lock the board for you.
I already got it.
All right. Well, I already locked it. So
He unlocked
there.
it. It's like people fighting with the key fob on a car.
I need to shrink this down a little bit.
Oh,
I hope you understand that it took a decent amount of effort not to flip the table.
The urge.
All right, try that.
Someone locked Toa. He's kind of just floating there. Oh no!
There we go. Oh, 1 square is 10 feet, actually, so that was the correct size. I'm smart.
All right, I have unlocked it for you. Where are we?
There we go.
From?
It's very fuzzy.
If I had to guess, probably in the top left here.
Okay, let me verify that and just check really quick.
Just judging by the topography, it would likely be the top left or bottom left.
Yeah, let's say the top left. You guys come in along this trail, and it branches off to the left and to the right as it winds through this hilly landscape with overgrown dirt trails snaking out and connecting to the stone ruins.
I'm guessing that this line here is basically just a tree wall and brush. You can't hardly see through that at all, I'm guessing.
Bits and pieces, but it's not a clear view.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Benadryl would like to go up to the sign and attempt to remove it.
Okay, make a strength check.
I fail.
Oh, all right.
Let's
All right.
see. I get a 7 minus. That's a grand total of 4.
Wonderful.
You have a -3.
I have a -3 because it's really funny.
He has those noodle arms.
He does. If you've ever seen Adventure Time, he's like the Ice King. His arms just
Yes.
no bones. All right. Well, this sign is staked into the ground, probably a good 3 or 4 feet. So you would need to really brace yourself and push. You apparently don't do this for some reason. You just try and yank it out. It doesn't work.
Oh no, Benadryl positions himself perfectly. It's just a spectacular display of how incredibly physically unfit he is
There we go. Sure.
in this department. Just like, okay, that's not budging.
Benadryl, may I ask why you're trying to remove the danger sign that's trying to warn us of not entering here?
Because it would be funny.
You know what? I'm all for jokes. Let's do it. I'll help.
Okay, make a strength roll, the both of you.
Oh, that's not going to help much.
Oh boy.
That's a 6.
That's a 6 as well.
Somehow, the sign has been worked further down. Like it looks like it's in there better than it was before. Like it was looking kind of shaky, but like through your combined efforts, you have managed to secure it better into the ground.
Lars, I think
Man,
you're just
we're
being
good.
suspicious. Like, not suspicious. You're being too negative. We were just trying to fix the sign, weren't we, Benadryl?
Definitely.
Oh, were you? With your comments about stealing hands and giving others hands and whatnot. I see. I guess I misplaced my judgment here the one time.
Speaking
I
of
think
which,
this is a sign that you should have more faith in us.
it really is.
Lars can't help but crack a small smile at that. All right, you two, let's focus on why we're here.
I cast Firebolt
On the sign?
on the side.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Let's see. Firebolt's a D8, right?
D10.
It is a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the sign is like a mimic or something.
You know what? Considering the last campaign I ran,
Okay. So you scorch.
Let me
You
see
s-
that D10. Why does it have 2 7? Oh, is that a 7 and a 1 or 2 7s?
That's a 7 and a
That's
1.
7 and a 1.
Okay.
All right. So
Weighted dice.
you scorch the sign. You burn off the bit about there being like zombies and plant creatures. Now it says it just says danger and nothing else.
Damn it.
Why
I
are
am-
you trying to burn the sign down? Okay, now my concerns are warranted.
Yeah,
That was an unjust fireball on that sign.
it's a bit of a misty day, so it's just been like blackened. It's been scorched. It's not like a blaze, but it's been scorched to the point of like that specific part of the message being no longer readable.
Benadryl has flashbacks to an alternate universe wherein he tried to do the same thing to a similar place, and it didn't work there either.
I can't help but have the feeling you've tried this before, Benadryl. Do you burn every sign you come in contact with that you don't trust?
Yes.
Okay. I say that we walk past the sign, as it's clearly not a threat to us. Lars says as he takes a step past it, and figure out what we're going to do here. Zombies and plant creatures. Neither of that sounds appealing.
Not
So-
particularly.
Those two that were held captive down in the manor, they said that they were from here. They didn't say anything about plant zombie creature hybrid things. I don't even know what we're going to be finding here. No textbooks have prepared me for something like this. Do we want to start with some of the houses that are more intact to possibly avoid any possible planty inhabitants?
Sure. Why don't you enter first? That always goes well.
Oh yes, it definitely does. As Lars begins to space out, remembering every single time he's gone first.
Flashbacks. It's just like Vietnam
after his eyes
flashbacks.
glaze over, the snap of the finger, he snaps back to reality. Oh,
There goes gravity.
yes.
Sorry, I had to.
Wait, gravity? Benadryl, are you playing with gravity again?
Not yet. I'm working on
Okay.
it.
Well, next time you need to snap someone back to reality, just make the gravity go away. All right. Well, I guess if I'm going first.
No,
which is
that was
very
a
bad
joke.
idea.
That's a joke. Don't you do it. What building are we going into?
I was thinking we just go for the first one we can see here. That's still kind of intact.
I suppose that's an option.
Or we can go and go into the middle of town immediately and not have any idea of what we might be walking into.
I like that idea.
All right.
I mean, I don't know what these plant things have in mind, if they're even still here. But if you two are, willing to protect me, where did you come from, Albertine?
Just popped up from behind the bush.
I see. Doing your business. I understand.
Oh yes. Doing my yearly taxes report. I had to file some expenses, so I needed a break. You see.
Understandable.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you two wish to go straight into the middle of town, I guess we could look to see if there was an old town hall building or something. I see something through the tree line over here, Lars says as he points here. It seems like there's a taller building that way. Maybe something cylindrical. Perhaps that might be a point of interest for us. We're not going to know for sure until we get around this bush line, but...
Could
You're
be.
right. Why go around when we can just go through? That's
Go
never gone
through
around
the
before.
bush line. Are you mad?
No, I'm actually in a pretty good mood.
The man speaks perfectly good sense. Let's go through.
Okay, through.
All right. Roll a.
Benadryl keeps a completely straight face as he walks directly into a tree.
Just keeps like pumping his arms and legs like an NPC in a video game.
Exactly the image I was going for.
Would you say that this... How thick would you say these bushes and trees are? I see the trees are a bit more scattered. The bush looks thick.
I'd say like 4, maybe 3 Cs.
Okay. All right. So this bush area is really quite thick. You have a
God damn it,
difficult
that word has been
time.
ruined.
Thick. Yeah. No. Thick ass trees. Thick. They are dense. You have to wade through them as if through water. There's a lot of resistance. But you are able to, like, nothing jumps out and attacks you, if that's what you're wondering. You're able to just go right through.
Oh, I was just wondering if it was even traversable.
Yeah, no, it's
I was under the
traversable.
assumption that this was like a 7-foot hedge wall or something.
No,
Foliage may be dense, but Garthis is denser.
they're average
You've got a
densities.
point there, sir.
All right, so are you going to make your way into this building?
Yeah, but it's always polite to knock first.
True.
Knock, knock.
Firebolt.
Wait, no.
There, that's
That was a
your
joke.
knocking
That
sound
was a
effect for
joke.
today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna knock twice.
Interesting.
If there is a door still.
Yes, there is a door. It's pretty badly mildewed, and the hinges are really rusty, but it's still there, and it is ajar. It's not fully closed.
Well, a jar
What was
is a
a door?
terrible door.
Doesn't make a very good door, no. It's sort of warped too. Okay, so let's see here. At the top of a hill stands a round, and this is where you are. You had to climb a hill in order to get here. At the top of the hill stands a round tower with a cottage attached. Both are in good condition, although half of the tower's roof is gone. A door leads into the cottage, with several arrow-slit windows, and several arrow-slit windows are visible in the tower. You can't help but notice an eerie quiet in the area and a strange, acrid smell in the air. The corpses of two hideous giant spiders are sprawled near the edge of the pathway. So let's say around here and here. You see two giant spider corpses. They're like on their backs curled up. Their bloated bodies are puckered and blistered and appear to have been mauled by a large animal.
Oh.
That is obviously a good sign.
Yeah.
I
What's the
think
worst
the
that can happen?
opposite.
Well, look, the spiders are already dead.
You did read the sign of the zombies, right? They might be undead spiders.
How many times do I have to tell you this? I can't read.
Right. We found. Yeah. Right. You'll have to remind me a lot. Well, if you take it as a good sign, then I guess by all means, be the first to investigate.
Investigate? Do you mean the spiders or the door?
I mean, what's your knowledge when it comes to arachnids?
Well, these ones are dead. So, like, that's my knowledge of these ones, I guess.
Um,
I'm more of a fish guy, you know, from the fishing village.
I guess that's true. I guess you wouldn't get too many spiders down there. I haven't seen ones of this size before. I don't like the DM rolling stuff. Lars says as he kind of pokes one of the spider's corpses with the bottom of his staff, seeing if it'll do anything.
Hey,
Tepidly poking it with his staff.
Hey, Benadryl, you want something to firebolt?
Always.
There's spiders right here, come on.
Look, I need to get the venom first. If
Okay,
there's venom. Then we can set them on fire.
sounds
Do you
good to me.
think the venom sacs are still intact?
DM, are the venom stacks still intact?
Make a nature check.
A nature check, you say?
That's right.
Man, where's Toa when we need him?
Ooh, that's a 13 plus some numbers. Ooh, that's a 17.
Oh man!
Okay. So first, Benadryl actually approaches the spiders.
Yes.
And then kneeling down, you kind of feel their underbellies, and you notice a bulge in the right place, and you're like, ah, yes. Yeah, they're there.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm going to use my kniffy, my dagger, and I'm going to try and remove them.
Okay, so you do know that the venom sacs are they're like water balloons.
Yes.
So puncturing one will not be great. You may actually, like, the venom is caustic, and if it seeps through your skin, you hurt yourself. So I'm going to need you to make
Benadryl has a better idea and uses Mage Hand.
All right, make a, I guess, Arcana check. See if you can appropriately...
Oh!
Yeah, good thing you were using Mage Hand, because...
Can I borrow that inspiration?
How many do I got? I think I've got 2 left.
Oh, that's bad.
Let me take a look. I've got it written down somewhere in here. Yeah, I have.
Aren't you a time
No,
wizard?
I still have 3. I've got 3 still.
I am, but I'd rather use the Know You on a different thing.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll hang on to my 3 no use. My 3 Uno reverse cards.
No, I mean my time Know You. I'll use the inspiration.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I will go down to double.
Thank you.
Unless I gained another one from doing the recap, but I don't really think I need more.
God damn it.
Hey,
Well-
can we use another inspiration?
I don't know if I would have used that many on a spider sack.
That's an 11.
There is still another spider that you haven't investigated.
Yeah.
Well, that
That was not great. As just like the side of the spider starts to dissolve.
Ooh. Lars groans in disgust. Perhaps you shouldn't be doing that while standing so close. You know,
no, get closer.
it's rather acidic. I can't really tell what kind of spiders these are. I'm not as familiar with them.
I'm gonna get
I
down
turn,
real close to the next one and just be like, I want to be in the splash zone.
Excellent. As long as I can see what I'm doing.
I'm gonna roll for the next one.
All right, Albertine, actually, before you have a chance, he gets down and he, like, rubs his scaly chin. She's like, I noticed something about these spiders. You see how they look very specifically type of maimed. And he, like, points to, like, sections of the chitinous exoskeleton that seem to have been burned away. It's some kind of acid damage. I don't know.
Fire or acid? Are the bubbles bigger or smaller?
No bubbles. Seems like the damage is old. But whatever did this is some kind of exotic creature. Maybe it can spit acid. May still be here. So,
Can
how you say?
would it be
Advise
possible for-
caution.
Would it be possible for me to inspect the wounds and then see if I can relate it to a possible mythical creature that I may or may not have learned about in my books?
Sure. If you have an alchemy kit, I'll give you advantage.
I have alchemical agents. I don't think I have an alchemy set. No, I just have arcane. I have an arcane set, so
Okay,
I'm a magic caster.
If you have any spells that would help you identify this sort of stuff,
I literally have the spell identify,
well,
but that
that's-
requires a pearl worth 100 gold, which I do not have. So
I have it, but I think it consumes the pearl, right?
it does consume it.
Casting
I think.
identify? No, it doesn't. It wouldn't. That's kind of goofy.
That's really expensive to know what something is.
Yeah, identify says components required a pearl worth at least 100 GP and an owl feather.
Okay, if it doesn't say the spell consumes it, then it's reusable. You just need to have it to cast the spell.
Oh, okay.
Do you need to borrow a pearl?
If you'd be so kind,
I want this back.
you will have it back. You have my word.
So before you guys waste too much time on this, identify is only useful for identifying magic. So if there's no magic
You
here,
see
you
that?
won't turn up with anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I guess I'll just roll the old-fashioned way then, just inspecting it, see if I can trace it back to any knowledge of my time at the academy from mythical creatures and whatnot.
All right, make a say.
Wouldn't I have to identify the wound first? That'd be what, a nature check?
Take a look here. I'm thinking so.
Because if I can identify the wound, then I can probably cross-reference it with a history roll. That's how I would probably do it. So you're technically rolling twice, but you have to actually be able to identify
Insight.
it first. Then you got to see if you know it.
I need. Give me an insight roll.
Okay, I can do that. 3 + 1, so 4. Lars kind of just looks at it and shrugs his shoulders. No,
We are
doesn't ring.
So good at everything.
Can't say who shuffled my hand.
I didn't. Not this time, at least.
Lars kind of just looks at it and goes, "No, I can't say this looks like anything I've seen in any of my studies."
Absolutely diabolical.
Let me have a look-see here.
Natural 20.
Okay. What's your modifier? Is it anything above that?
Would this be Arcana or
Insight.
Nature or Insight? +0, so just a 20.
Okay. Yes, this is definitely acid. You lean down to inspect the patterns of the damage and the blistering and the puckering. You cock your head and you visualize with your powerful wizard mind. You reconstruct how these wounds were suffered. This was sprayed, probably from the mouth of a rather large
Aerosolized.
creature.
Oh,
This is just internally.
aerosolized as. Oh, damn.
That really limits the number of creatures this could have been. None of them are creatures you would want to encounter, especially alone and vulnerable.
We are perfectly safe.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Are we?
I blindly believe this man. I trust him with my life.
With an acid spray like that, I could it have just been another spider, maybe?
I think he just tripped.
Possible.
On an acid plant or an acid rock?
Well, yeah,
Up
he's
an acid
dripping on
plant.
acid.
Obviously.
Whoa!
Mouse, I want to test something.
Yes. No! My dice!
I've actually stolen 2 of them already.
I need those back! I love my dice. I need my dice back, please.
There you go. You should have them
Yeah.
back.
Thank you. Omega Pines is bullying me.
Man's just stealing his dice.
But
Okay.
yeah, even though they're question marks, you can just right click and then draw, and they'll be added to your own.
Yeah, no, I can
instead.
literally just pull them out of your hand too. I don't even have to draw them.
Yeah.
We're so mature. Man, you don't even know. We're so mature.
The maturity is astounding here. We're wise beyond our years.
We're wise beyond comprehension.
Ooh, even better. That's why we draw little doodles on the map, because this thing looks like a skull. Okay. Well, since we're going to be continuing on, I guess we should head inside this. It's probably a mage's cottage by chance, judging by the tower. Maybe a conjurer lived here. Maybe a summoner of some kind.
Maybe I live here now.
I don't think you want to live here.
Why not?
Large.
Zombies,
dude.
bats, acid spitters and spiders,
I haven't seen any of those, and the spiders are already dead, so the extermination job's already done. Why wouldn't I want to live here?
You haven't
Oh.
checked any of the other houses.
It's eerily
yeah.
quiet, so I should probably turn the background music off to.
What?
Yeah.
What if there's a dead
Counter-argument.
body in the house somewhere, in the basement?
It's probably really drafty.
Well,
He's an ocean man.
That's-
He's used to that.
that's probably fine.
Ocean
this is a-
Man.
Come on in.
Man.
I'll give you a tour of my brand new house.
All right,
All right,
so
this is Pine's TV cribs.
yeah, so you step in. This cottage contains. This is like an adjoining cottage to the tower. Cottage contains dusty furniture draped in webbing. Does not appear to have anything of value. Like there's nothing shiny, nothing interesting. And pretty like standard. There's a door over here that seems to just go back outside, and a door here, which from the outside you realize goes to the tower.
You know
Alright,
what? You're
everybody.
right. You could probably throw some curtains, maybe a throw pillow or two. Really
Yeah,
liven the place up.
It's
I
not
think he's
bad.
gonna throw a firebolt in here.
Nah. Why would I need to throw a firebolt?
Get rid of the cobwebs. I don't know. You did it to the sign earlier.
That's fair.
Well,
You do it.
I'll step out of the room. I'm going to the tower.
Okay.
Doesn't want to be in a burning building. Fair.
You step into the tower, and I'm gonna need you to roll for initiative. All of you.
Oh, okay.
Should we all roll for initiative?
Everybody roll for
where did I
initiative.
put my
please.
D20? Or does somebody have that right now?
Your D20?
Thank you.
I was
You're
gonna say
welcome.
I could give you mine if you need it.
All right, that's a 17 plus 1, I believe. This
Okay.
app does not agree with my phone very much. Yeah, so an 18 altogether for me.
Okay. Everybody else?
Oh.
Give me a moment.
18. Any modifiers I should be aware of?
Don't worry about it. Just give me the number on the die. I've got your character
18.
sheet, so the modifiers are
Okay.
automatically cast.
Oh my sweet heavens.
What'd you get?
A 2 plus numbers.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Lars,
Hang on. Hang on.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on some music here before I give you a hint as to what's happened. So you don't really
That's
know
9.
what's happened yet. 9, yeah. Yeah, so
9.
I'm just gonna go ahead and so your turn, Lars. Are you facing towards the open door where Garthus is?
Yes, I'm currently facing this direction.
All right, so you're watching as he opened it.
Yes, I'm
Make
looking this way.
make a wisdom check because you've got 6 seconds to realize, less than 6 seconds to realize what's going on and to allow yourself to spring into action because nothing's happened yet.
Okay, so this is more or less my brain going into autopilot to solve an issue. I guess.
Yeah, no. Like, say for example, you're walking in a cave and a rock starts to fall, and you don't hear it. It's like silent. You notice it.
Battle reflexes.
Do you react in time? So this is a check to determine that.
Roll. 18 plus 3.
Okay, yeah. You instantly recognize a green scaly hide, rather large, in the large open tower beyond Garthus, that Garthus has just walked into. So you have your turn to do something with that information.
So, okay. This is the moment in the anime where time slows down so you can hear the protagonist's thought process.
Ooh.
I can...
DM, can Benadryl see anything at this angle?
Let me see here.
Basically, can
yes.
you see the green dragon? Okay,
Yes.
good to know. Thank you.
So,
Just the
so
edges of it.
Garthus has fully walked into the room at this point.
Yes, Garthus is in the room with this creature, so Garthus knows exactly what's going on. It's not Garthus's turn, though. Garthus can't do anything yet.
The Garthus's pants are now a different shade of brown.
Okay, I have a couple different options. I might. Ooh, that wouldn't be a bad one. I'm expecting a very bad fight here. So what I'm gonna do, I think the best course of action is what? Actually, hold on. What armor is Garthus wearing?
Some sort of metal, probably.
I'm gonna just very briefly increase the scale of this map.
Yeah, go ahead. That'd probably make, navigating it a little easier. We could even do grid projection on here, so we can set our own grid.
Ruh-roh. No, there's already a grid on there, so I don't want to...
Fair enough.
Oh, no!
You've killed it.
You put it in the hidey hole. You gotta take it out now.
Where'd it go?
We're back in.
Let's take all of these and move them out of the way a little bit.
Better yet, we could probably even lock them if need be. So that way if something knocks into them, they'll stay there. Oh,
There we go.
Oh, everything is flying! Everything is flying! Okay, we're good.
Can I flip the table now?
No, we just fixed it.
Alright.
That's the perfect time to flip it, though.
Alright, yeah, let me just...
I think I'm having an out-of-body experience.
I have checked. It is chainmail.
Dang. Okay, so that I can't actually do that then.
Yeah. Nope, too big.
I was
perfect.
gonna use mage armor, but it has to be leather, cured leather, or a piece of it at least, which I don't have on me. So, Lars is like the most ill-equipped person to be doing this.
Yeah.
I could do that. Instead of mage armor, I could just go straight for your weapon instead. I could absolutely do that. Because I don't have any requirements for that other than I just have to touch it. So I just have to run up and grab it and go kaboom! Yeah, I might do that. Like I said, this is probably going to be a fight. Other than that, I can shoot you in the back of the head with some spells. That won't help.
Sure it would.
My catapult's not strong enough. If you weren't in the room, what I would have done is just launched one of the little wood panels back at the door and closed it. That is actually kind of terrifying with how wiggly it is. So I'm guessing this is what I see.
Yeah, but imagine that's green.
Yeah.
Just use your imagination.
Do it using your imagination while playing D&D. Disgusting.
No, I can't imagine anything.
Ew.
Hold on. Let me actually check exactly how much space this takes up.
What happens if I
I think
die?
it's considered.
Wait a minute. This is going to be a
Large?
stretch. I have
Yeah,
that
1 minute.
old leather-bound journal that's, made of cured leather. Would that count as a piece of cured leather to use as a channeling focus?
All right, 1 minute.
What spell are you trying to use?
Mage armor. Yeah, I need a piece of cured leather. I have a book that's made out of cured leather, but it's not specifically cured leather, so ambiguous whether I can even cast that or not.
Hey, oh yeah, if it doesn't list you have a spell casting focus, right?
Right. You made that. Yeah. I have.
So if it doesn't list a gold points value, just your spellcasting focus takes care of it. Yeah, your arcane focus just channels the magic right through there, so you don't have to worry about that.
I could do that. So yeah, within my 6-second decision, Lars leaps forward, kind of bumping into Albertine as he does, and casts Mage Armor on Garthus.
Okay. So Garthus Your armor class is now whatever your armor class is with mage armor, which apparently...
Oh wait, it has to be a willing creature who isn't wearing armor. Oh, that's dumb.
I am wearing armor.
Yep, so that does nothing. Okay, well then I'll just do my other one instead, which would have just been magic weapon, which enchants a non-magical weapon. So your harpoon.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll do that. That is a
Wait a
second level
minute.
spell.
Because I've bound with both of my harpoons, I need to check if they're considered magical right now.
Ooh, right.
If they require attunement, almost certainly.
It's not quite attunement.
He kind of
But-
just tied a rope on
No, it's
Go, gadget, harpoon arms.
It's a bit more than that. Why is this not?
The dragon is actually seems to be looking away from you, so it doesn't appear to see you this second.
Okay. I'm
okay,
going.
worst comes to worst, I'll just grab him and try to pull him back and go, no, 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 very quietly.
Yeah, it's in the process of like turning around, so it's heard you, kind of, but in slow motion, just like because it heard like the door open, it heard your footsteps.
Oh, I getcha.
So it knows you're there. At this point, your options are fight or run.
How are we feeling? Just out of game. How are we feeling?
Man,
out of game
this-
experience, I want to run as far as possible.
This song goes so hard.
It really does.
It goes way harder than it needs to.
Why can't I hear it?
Do you have
have your
your game volume
music.
turned down?
Yeah, you have to turn your music volume like up in the game.
Oh.
Mine is up.
So games,
So-
objects,
Oh, why?
music. They hit music and then
Where?
Yeah, my music
Oh,
is
never
on.
mind.
It's just not playing.
never mind. Weird. Do you hear? You guys don't hear this? You don't hear it
Duration,
into the wormhole?
sound.
I can hear the music.
Weird.
I can pause it. I just can't hear it.
Oh, I had to go into MP3 volume.
Ah, that'll do it. Probably got your MP3 volume down too low, mouse.
Probably. It wasn't a problem before.
Interesting.
Hang on. It's all like silent.
I just turned mine to max. It's still not popping up. Oh well.
Yeah, it's so.
It's probably one
faint.
of those connection things I'd have to relog for it to pop up. That's neither here nor there, though.
All right. So what? What? You can't just flip that dragon.
I flipped your dragon. Are your weapons magic or not?
Weapon bond. It creates a magical bond between yourself and one weapon.
Because if you want, yeah, magical bond.
It doesn't make the weapon magical though. So I
yeah,
think
I get-
for the
there's a-
purposes of overcoming resistances, it doesn't make them magical. So I think the buff still applies.
If you
I'm
want
gonna say
to
it still
fight-
applies.
If
Yeah,
you want to fight, I'll buff you, but I still think it would probably be a good idea to get out of the room.
Okay, I'm down to exit the room.
All right, well then Lars is just going to run up and grab Garthus and go, get the heck out of there. Can I pull him out of the room as an action?
Yeah. Make a strength check.
Then I would very much like to just grab him by the nape of his neck, like the back of his collar, and just yank him out of the room.
I mean, I'm not going to resist.
What is being played? I feel left out.
A song called Extinction Level Event.
Is this a playlist I should get a link to?
No, this is an MP3 player in the game, so it should just play for you. It's a part of like the tabletop simulator functionality.
All right. Well, I'll let it be then.
Yeah. You can just put on some exciting music of your own. Okay, so make a strength check, because you are yanking a full-grown man, heavier than
In armor.
you. In armor, yeah.
This is where I fail. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. I think I have a that's a 10. I have a -1 to strength.
Okay, so Garthus, if you don't resist, you fall flat on your back. Although if you are aware. You're surprised, but you have the option not to do that because you have enough balance to probably stumble back a few feet. So he yanks on your collar, and you maybe get back like 5 feet.
Okay.
If you keep your balance, or if you don't, you're prone in that same position, and there's a really loud clang.
Let's see how that goes. What am I roll? What?
You don't have to roll for anything. You just have the choice.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're an adventurer. You have enough balance to not fall down.
He has
I don't
sea
know.
legs.
I'm distracted by, seeing a dragon this close. So I'm going to fall on my back.
Okay. Clang! All right, you're prone. The dragon, for its part, uses this reaction to wheel around at this sound. If it wasn't aware of you before, it definitely is now. Like, it narrows its eyes to slits, and it, like, rears back as if to breathe some sort of fire on you. Garthus, it's your turn.
How much movement does it take to get up?
50%.
Okay, we're going to use that. And then disengage.
Okay, that disengage. I don't think you need to, actually.
I think you have enough distance from him. I
yeah.
don't think you're adjacent.
You're more than
okay.
5 feet away, because this is 10 feet per square, so you're 10 feet away from it currently.
Is he within
I'm
melee
gonna-
range?
Its range is going to be defined by this, like, by this green base here. It's actually smaller than what it looks like. I just couldn't shrink it anymore.
I'm gonna close the door behind me.
Okay.
As
an action. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna tell everybody we need to get out of here.
You read my mind.
Albertine, who is over here, is like, agreed.
Yeah,
I agree with this.
Let's do that.
All right.
Talking about.
Next, it's Albertine's move, and he goes 1, 2, 3 through the door, 4, 5, 6. He and then he actually dashes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's out. You hear the flapping of leathery wings as the dragon flies up and out of the tower and lands in Albertine's path, snarling. You hear it yelling. Let me come up with some. Give me a minute to come up with some like cutting dialogue. It says, "Intruders, what are you doing in my lair? You have disturbed my peace, and for this you must pay the ultimate price." And there seems to be just like a maniacal glee in its voice. And you know that by ultimate price it means you all need to die. It's very clear that this thing like wants you dead and is going to hunt you. And so to that effect, it pins Albertine down, or at least tries to. Let's see, contested strength check. Okay, so that is for the dragon. And you don't technically know any of this is happening, except for Benadryl and Lars. Garthus, you can't really see, but through the windows, kind of. All right, so that is... Okay. And then for Albertine... Right on. Albertine manages to deftly twirl out of the way as the dragon tries to pin him to the ground. Its neck snaps, like swivels around with like an evil look in its eyes. Albertine is acting different than you've ever seen him act. He's really light on his feet. A lot of energy and dexterity going into like his movement. And Benadryl, you are up.
Benadryl, if there's something you're going to cast Fireball on, this is the moment.
I haven't got Fireball, but I do have a plan.
What is your plan?
Benadryl is going to sneak up to the door right here and just kind of peer around
Here around where? Like where specifically?
Around the door, like looking at the dragon.
Okay.
And he's going to reach into one of the many pockets on his coat. And he's going to pull out some bat fur and a piece of coal. And he's going to whisper into his hand and then point and cast darkness.
Okay. What is the
And he's
radius you want to center this on?
Hang on. It is 15-foot radius, but it is centered on the dragon's head.
Okay. So let's say the dragon's head is right here, 15-foot radius. So it's like 1.5.
And I did look this up beforehand. It does follow, like you can cast it on a creature and it will follow the creature.
Oh, fascinating.
That's
Yeah.
So it's just a radius around the creature, then, basically.
It is centered directly on his head.
Gotcha.
Okay. Is on an object you are holding or one item that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. Is on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried. So it has to be an object. I don't think you can do it
Oh, it
on
does?
I don't think you could do it on a creature. And the green dragon is not wearing anything, not wearing any armor. It's just naked, kind of.
In that case, I cast Enlarge Reduce. So I pull out a pinch of... Instead of doing that, I pull out a pinch of iron powder, and I just kind of rub it between my fingers, and I point with my now iron-dusted finger, mutter some arcane words, and I cast Enlarge Reduce to bring it down one size.
Gotcha. Okay, what's your spell save?
Let me make sure I give you the right number. My spell save is 14.
14. Got it.
Oh, it's gonna roll so high, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Fuck.
It shudders a little bit, and its gaze snaps to you. It like shrinks just like a little bit, but it seems that it, in its like dragon mind, it almost with its muscles resists the effects of the spell. And now it is looking directly at you, and enraged, it screams, "Hubris!
Y'all should run.
You puny
The other
mortals!"
room.
Anyway, that is the first round of combat, and we are going to take a little break right there and be back in 20 minutes.
sounds good.
All right.
Righty.
Mm-hmm.
hope we all remember the plan.
And we're back!
We have a plan?
Yep.
Let's hope. It is Lars's turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to do what I should have done before. I'm going to step behind him into the back corner here, still next to him, though. And I'm going to cast Magic Weapon on Mr. Garthus Harpoon.
All right.
And that is a level 2. So for 1 hour, or until the spell ends, he now has a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Right on. All right, Garthus, it is now your turn.
Okay. We'll see. These are each 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're spears, yeah. Or harpoons.
I think he's talking about the movement tiles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thought you said I heard reach instead of each.
Oh, yeah. 5. 6 will get me to here. Do we want to go through with the darkness option still?
I like that idea.
Okay. What are the limitations on darkness being cast on an object again?
I don't think there are any. I think as long as it's an object.
A non-living object, basically.
Yeah, see, the point you choose is on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried. So you have to be holding it. Or it has to be not worn or carried. So it technically wouldn't be worn or carried if it were stabbed.
Yeah, also it's a point. Hang on. It doesn't target the object, it targets the point of the object.
The darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. Completely covering the source of the darkness with an opaque object, such as a bowl or a helm, blocks the darkness. So if you put it on the tip of the spear and then, like, got the dragon, it would just be like shooting a fire arrow, like, fire first into something. Like, it might light it on fire, but it might just snuff it out once the fire enters, like, the blood and goo.
I mean,
Basically,
we still have
it's
the
gotta-
magnify gravity option.
Yeah.
It's got to
Yeah,
go
I'll
on the
keep-
butt of the
I'll
spear.
keep darkness in my back pocket in case we need it.
Well, I'm going to fling the magically enchanted one towards our dragon here.
Okay, so you throw it?
Yep.
Alright, make a ranged attack roll.
Okay. That is a 10 plus 1, and then... Where is that?
And plus another one?
Yeah, I've got plus 2 on... I wish this, like, auto-calculated. Oh, it does. Okay. That's a... The Spears has a plus 4.
Okay.
And then the additional plus 1, so plus 5 altogether.
And what was your original roll?
10. So 15.
Your spear flies true, however, the green dragon lifts one arm and bats it out of the air and knocks it to the ground over here.
That's fine. We'll do it again next turn. I reach my arm out towards the spear and have it come flying back towards me.
Okay, you've got it back. So it is now Albertine's turn. Albertine takes a defensive posture, he disengages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 here.
Clustered together.
Yeah. And then Albertine is going to go ahead and take one of his... Oh no, he disengaged. He's going to cast Sanctuary on himself for a minute. He like utters a quick prayer, and that is his turn. So the young green dragon, seemingly unaware of what Albertine said and did, enraged by the fact that its prey got away, stalks forward and snaps at Albertine. And is going to go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oof.
Okay.
Again.
And I cast, as a reaction, I cast my Chronal Shift.
All right.
He has to re-roll that.
Right on.
Yes.
So that didn't happen.
So
Apparently.
space-time shivers.
Yeah, that didn't happen, apparently. You all have this weird premonition that Albertine got hurt very badly. But apparently that did not happen. However, this dragon is not done. It makes another attack with its claws. Ooh, that doesn't work. Albertine ducks out of the way deftly, makes yet another attack, which also just missed each one. It is just becoming more and more enraged every time it misses an attack.
I'm
Benadryl.
so glad that thing moved to where it is now.
Benadryl, you're up.
Benadryl.
I think I might know what you're doing. If not, I've got a plan with something in that area too.
Hang on, let me make sure I'm not using the wrong spell. And that's my spell save. All against my spell save. I have no attack spells. I need to remedy this. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna cast Firebolt.
All right, make an attack roll.
That is a 16.
All right. The dragon manages to lift its claw and like toss the firebolt, like deflect it midair. It dashes harmlessly against the tower walls.
Oh boy.
Kids, I think we done got borked.
Lars, you're up.
Oh boy. Hey, you guys remember? I would have to see if I can find a window. You guys remember those acid pouches inside those spiders?
I think there's one right here.
I'm thinking about flinging one with catapult straight at it since it's literally standing on top of one.
Do it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
That's all I got. I don't know if I want to get that close to the window, but here goes. I have to give it a try. So it would be. Oh, I don't know if that would count. It's this one that's unpopped. This one got blasted. This one's the unpopped one.
Okay.
Would you say that's visible or not?
They're like arrow slits, so you're gonna have to peek around the door in order to see it. So
All right. Well, if I go on this side of Benadryl, I can definitely.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll do that then, and then I will cast catapult on that little acid sack that's kind of precariously dangling on that thing, and launch it straight upward at it.
All right. What's your dex save, or what's your spell save?
My spell save?
Mhm.
My spell save DC is 12.
Okay.
Here, I cast that, so slot goes down. Let me grab my. I guess I rolled d20. So, or no, you roll for that.
Yeah. Ooh, it fails.
Okay.
Does the green dragon really have an AC higher than 16?
Yes. The
Damn.
young green dragon does indeed have an AC higher than 6.
Damn.
All right.
Wait, you rolled a 6 though.
That's correct.
I rolled it.
So I guess that misses then.
What?
No, it hits.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
save.
it's not based on DC.
Oh, I had it backwards. I'm done. I'm dumb.
Yeah, so the dragon wants to roll high. The dragon did not roll high. So
I gotcha.
that hits.
That little acid sack.
So
It
it
does
looks like
3d8 bludgeoning damage, but this is a very fragile, like, water balloon, you said?
yes.
So how would we change that then?
Straight line
It
up
would
to
do
90
impact
feet.
damage plus.
Yeah, it would do 3d8 bludgeoning damage plus.
Oh, it would
whatever
add.
acid.
Okay. I think.
However, you do know, just as a cursory knowledge of dragons, stuff that they tell adventurers, all adventurers, before they go out and, venture into the wider world, that green dragons do have a resistance to this type of damage.
I should have figured.
It will
but-
hurt it, but not as much as it would otherwise.
I mean, I still get the bludgeon damage, I guess.
So that's 3d8, so go ahead and roll for bludgeoning damage, and then...
This one's a d8, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Okay.
roll for bludgeoning damage, and then roll, let's say, an additional...
Okay, so 4, 3, so 7, 1, 8 total. Not
8
great.
total. Okay, and then roll an additional d4 for poison
Since he
damage.
resisted, I'm guessing.
Yes. Oh, hold on. Immunities.
Oh.
Never mind. It does nothing. It does nothing to him. It just takes the 8 damage.
Hold
Okay.
on. Wait.
I guess I should have
My
figured that
DM
earlier,
senses are
considering
tingling.
that there was the acid spray and all that, but
Okay, yep. Alright, one second.
I mean, I did damage at least, so I'll take it.
You're on the board.
So it's immune to being poisoned and poison. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got.
Fact check me all you
Oh,
want. I'm
those-
looking at it right here.
So DM, I have a question.
Are poison and acid damage different?
Yeah,
They are.
They are.
They are different.
This is an acid sack. Is this a venom sack for like poison, or is this an acid sack?
They're venom.
Because you said it was
sacks.
acidic when he grabbed it earlier.
Okay.
So I'm fine with either way. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out.
Try and
Well,
remember.
let's look at the spider then. Does the spider specifically state what type of spider this is?
It doesn't. It just says giant spider, but that's actually its own thing.
Ah,
So it does.
I wasn't sure if it described the type of damage that giant spider could do.
It does poison. It does poison damage. Yeah.
Okay, then that would be a poison sack then.
Okay, yeah, then it's immune.
Yeah.
Lovely. Love to see it.
Well, I
It's
did damage, so
great.
there's that.
You did do damage. This thing looks hurt.
I should have
although
gone
it-
with the skewer.
It only seems to make it like angrier, unfortunately.
Oh no, look at the big baby. Oh no.
All right,
right.
well, Garthus, I believe it's your turn. You better stab this thing.
Do you say that in character? Because like if you want, you can switch aggro.
What? Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. This dragon like whips its head. It's like it's basically playing whack-a-mole with who it's angry with at the moment. Like Albertine does something and then it gets mad. Garthus does something and then it gets mad. It's currently mad at Garthus. Speaking of, it's Garthus's turn.
Oh, okay. It's stabbing time. Let's roll a d20, I guess.
That
It's
weapon's still
clobbering
enchanted.
time.
Oh, I wish I had Bane.
15 plus 4 plus 1 is 20.
Ooh, okay, that hits. Roll damage.
Okay, let's see what my damage rolls are, because I haven't seen those in a while. That's a d6 plus 2. 6. Oh, plus 1 from the magic weapon.
Yep.
So 7.
7. All right, and this is.
Let's leave that harpoon in there.
All right.
You jab it in there and impale him.
Takes
Yep.
another 7 damage. Albertine is also this time going to try to make a couple of whacks at this dragon. Let's see, for the first roll.
Ouch.
Yikes. Yeah, that does not. That doesn't hit. And that also. And. Oh, actually, never mind. I can't. Yeah, that stupid Albertine. That ends Sanctuary. And Albertine seems to realize this. He's and he goes ahead and like casts Sanctuary again on himself.
Nice.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Yep. He does like a dragon face palm. All right, the young green dragon is going to try to attack Garthus. So
Okie dokie.
that is 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you take 1, 11, take 15 piercing damage, and
Okey-dokey.
5 and 11 poison damage. So you take 26 damage
Yeesh.
altogether.
Oh
That-
boy, that's a number.
I think he's dead. I think this
No,
man
I'm not
is dead.
dead yet. But I'm close.
How are you not dead from that hit, man?
Because I'm not a frail class like you. As it turns out, I have a positive constitution modifier.
The dragon's not done.
Yeah, I figured I'm probably dead if this hits.
It does.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah, you are. You're down. And then he turns his attention to Albertine, and then he's going to try and make a attack roll. Let's see, that hits. However, Albertine is currently under the protection of Sanctuary, so the dragon needs to make a Wisdom saving throw against Albertine's spellcasting. Listed. Spell save DC is 13, but there's a good chance he'll rolls really low. He did not. All right, so that hits. And go ahead and claw attack. Why did I roll a d20? Was 4, 8, 12 slashing damage to Albert. So very like devastating blows with this thing's talons raking across Albertine. Actually, I'm gonna redo this. It sounds dramatic, but I'm not gonna, like, since a long rest can restore your hit points, I'm gonna go more the direction of hero points and say just the damage number, not get too descriptive what exactly happens. And then tries to make a claw attack again. That misses. And Benadryl, it is your turn.
Benadryl is sweating profusely. And takes a long think.
What about your friend, that oddly smooth rock herald that you found last time? You could use him as weapon.
Yeah, I got a smooth rock.
My spear is just sitting in the dragon if you want to darkness it.
I know.
Or you could
on.
magnify gravity and try to, like, pin it to the ground.
If you magnify gravity, good chance the spear will fall out.
Mm.
So that can still be an effective strategy. However, bear that in mind.
I was basically just thinking magnify gravity to drive the spear further into the thing, but
If it was on top of it, yeah, but I think it's sticking out like from the side or underneath.
Yeah.
Hey, DM, got a
Yeah.
question for you.
Go for it.
I still have Enlarge Reduce. Can I cast Enlarge Reduce on the spear?
Solid plan. Okay, I like that. Go for it.
What would the damage be like? Because it says here, target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8.
oh,
All right, I'm gonna roll a d20
This-
to determine what direction this thing is sticking out from. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This growth
6.
also increases the target's size category by 1.
1, 2. No, that doesn't work. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Let's say it's sticking out like from its shoulder, kind of pointed down. Why not? Let's say it was lobbed and hit like right on the shoulder blade. Sure.
that sounds like it would be painful.
It does.
Because that's a full size spear doubling in size.
I was gonna say it's gonna go from spear to ballista bolt.
Yeah, basically. And assuming that the growth is centered on the center of mass, that's shoving it in further.
I need like a...
Along with ripping and popping and,
Yeah.
pushing everything out of the way as it does so.
does piercing damage. Let's see here. It's in its shoulder. It's currently just kind of like a toothpick. But if it... yeah, good idea.
This is all hypothetical still.
Why don't you just try it, and then you'll see what happens.
I feel like I would know Enlarge Reduce fairly well, though, DM.
So it does make the spear bigger, but depending on how far it is worked in there, it may pop itself back out. Ooh, but the spear itself is likely going to be barbed so that it doesn't go out backwards.
Hooray for harpoons.
Harpoons, yeah.
This also means, by the way, until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapons also grow to match its new size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deals plus 1d4 extra damage, if that means anything.
Okay, I think I know how I'm going to work this out mechanically. You can go ahead and cast Enlarge Reduce. It will hurt the dragon. It will not kill it, but it will hurt it.
Can I estimate roughly how much it would potentially hurt the dragon?
Probably maybe on the high end around 150% more than the maximum original damage from hitting it with the regular sized object.
So instead of 7 damage, multiply that.
So instead of 10
7.
damage, 15, right? Whatever the
Okay.
original attack value was, you can either reroll or multiply that by 150%.
Otherwise, it's in the shoulder, so the dragon, if I cast darkness, the dragon's face would be in the darkness bubble.
No.
15-foot radius, so yes, definitely.
Oh, 15-foot radius. I mean, if it comes out the tip of the spear, then
It doesn't have to come out the tip of the spear. That's the part that's in it. You want it on the butt of the spear.
well, I thought the spell specifically said it would originate from the tip of the object.
No,
from a
from
point
a
on
point
the
you
object.
choose within range.
Oh, I'll leave the decision up to you.
The tip was just the one that we were using for argument's sake, because if If it was the tip, then that wouldn't work since it would be inside the dragon.
Yeah, the wording's a little vague on whether you can even cast it on creatures,
You can't.
because it goes, magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration, which is up to 10 minutes. The darkness spreads around corners. A creature with dark vision cannot see through this darkness, and non-magical light cannot illuminate it. If the point you choose is an object you are holding, or one that is not being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it, completely covering the source of the darkness. With an opaque object, such as a bowl or helm, blocks the darkness. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of light created by a spell of second level or higher, the spell that created the light is dispelled.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, so that's why I thought it could be centered on a creature.
Yeah, no.
But
It can be if you cast it on the spear. Or trident.
Harpoon.
Harpoon, yeah.
Tridents are a weapon type, though, so.
That's very
They
true.
are.
Is
all
it
right,
got
as much as
3
I want to
vents?
enlarge the spear, I think blinding the dragon suddenly would be better. So I'm gonna look at Lars and be like, "Ready? Go!" And I cast darkness.
Okay. A sphere of magical darkness, which I'm going to represent here with a another tile. Grab one. Figurine. Blocks, boards, cards, checkers. Yeah, there we go. I get one of these and then turn off grid. 15-foot radius, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That means from this point, be about that big. So let's say centered right there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and combine them time being. And so...
Could you turn off collision? Is that a thing you can do?
I know there's a way
No.
you can do it, but it only works on specific objects. I don't think these ones you can do it with.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
hold on. Piecework, pawns. Maybe there's ladder stuff I can use. Mercy chip?
Lars, do you have anything that can magnify your voice?
That would be Toa. Which he's not here right now. I have
Alright.
the closest thing I have
So-
is prestidigitation, which will not do that.
Oh, gotta take thaumaturgy.
I have nothing of that sort. I can.
I was just
I
thinking that you could say something intimidating in a very magical voice.
I mean, I would love to do that if I could, but I do not have that ability to do so.
All right. Well, it is what it is.
Okay.
I can attack him. I can also launch another brick at him if I can find something that might be more effective than a venom sac that he will.
It
be immune
is.
to.
It is your turn, Lars. After the a darkness spell cast by Benadryl.
The problem is with darkness. I'm assuming this is an obfuscating sphere. You can't see out and you can't see in.
Correct. It
Yeah.
looks like a black marble with fuzzy edges.
All of my attacks are ranged. There's no good way for me to, actually hit him.
That's the nice thing about the darkness spell is you can just fire into it.
Yeah, with, me standing behind our friendlies here.
It's okay. I'm on the ground. It's very unlikely that you'll hit me.
You may hit.
Yeah, you actually have disadvantage hitting him.
You may hit Albertine though.
Yeah, and that's kind of. I have a spell that just fires out in a cone. If I don't have the movement to really get there, I
Do
could
you have
fire
magic
that
missile?
because that doesn't. That I don't have to be accurate for that. It's just a cone that fires. I don't have a magic missile.
And it only hits creatures of your choice that you can see.
Yeah, and I can't see him no more.
All right. Well,
yeah,
as
15 foot. I have to get within 15 feet to use this cone spell, and that's kind of an issue.
as the sphere of darkness expands into being, Benadryl is going to use a free action and just yell, "Begone, foul creature!"
Right on.
I don't think it's gonna do anything.
It's okay. Do performance.
DM?
Yeah, I guess roll intimidation.
I mean, I did just blind him.
That's true.
And dragons are
Unimpressed.
fucking goddamn it. Motherfucking goddamn bullshit.
You've seen what, like 2
I have
rolls
been
above
rolling
the
like
10?
ass. The flat, disappointing kind.
I could run up to the edge of the thing. I don't think I can do that.
The tip of his wing is
I was
sticking
thinking
out.
maybe I could try and like stabilize Garthus so he just doesn't bleed out, but
I would never bleed out. I say while bleeding out.
I mean I've got a couple turns before that happens.
Roll a d20, get a natural 20, come back with 1 hit point.
Yes. That's my plan, at least.
I mean if I scooch, I don't think I've got the movement for that. I'd have to 1, 2, 3, and then I'm immediately against the bush in the darkness, which I'm assuming moving through the dark is not going to be easy.
It's fine, but you will like bump into things. I mean, take moving through the dark. Imagine like trying to if you put a blindfold on. That's basically kind of how it would be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like my issue is I need to get, if I'm gonna use that spell, because I don't need to see what I'm shooting at. I just shoot it in that direction. I know what direction this thing is in. I can hear the thing.
That's right.
Triangulate using its wings and tail.
There's no windows in this tower other than here, which I don't think that is even pointed towards him.
Yeah.
That's like,
if you were to
that's
kind
not
of
going to work.
cone to it, yeah, it'd be narrow.
I don't feel like taking a blind shot. I think I gotta go for the cone. If we're gonna kill this thing or at least slow it down, we gotta just heap on the damage while we can. I just don't want to get close is the issue. I know if I get close, I'm toast.
Not the fun, crunchy, tasty kind either.
No,
No.
more like the squelchy puddle kind.
I hate that kind of toast.
I
Wet bread.
also hate sink toast.
Uh,
The free snacks at the bottom of the sink after you finish doing your dishes.
No.
I hope you
I
stub your
hate not
toe
having
tomorrow.
a lot of utility right now. I already used most of my utility. It's funny, I have more utility out of combat than I do in combat.
How
Let's see.
funny.
Catapults. I could try that again. Not that I really have much of an object to toss in there besides like a brick on the floor.
Hey,
And that's like
bricks,
50-50 if that'll even hit. Or stone. These buildings aren't made of brick. Maybe there's a sharp stick somewhere I can impale him with. Some like tree branch. I'm not going to try and drag him back inside because that didn't go well the first time. So,
I will say, I just looked it up. A javelin is under 5 pounds.
but
Oh.
it's already impaled in him, though.
Yeah.
I don't.
can't
Can I
miss that way.
catapult it further into? Well, I can't see the object. I have to see the object to use it. Well,
No?
it doesn't
Choose an object.
specifically say sight. It says within range that isn't being worn or carried. Technically, impaled is being carried.
Yeah.
No? Because otherwise my darkness wouldn't have an effect.
I guess that's technically true. DM's rule on that.
Yeah, I'll say it's not being worn or carried.
All right. Oh, what? It's still magically enchanted by my thing too, so I guess I could sense it that way.
Yeah?
All right, yeah, I'll do that. I'll catapult the. It's not gonna move though. All I'd be doing is plunging it further in. I don't know how
Yeah,
the mechanics would work on that. It would be bludgeoning
Here's
damage.
the other thing, though. The more damage this thing does, the more likely it is that the point of darkness is going to be submerged within the dragon. If it's fully buried within the dragon, then the magical darkness is going to be dispelled. And the
But
dragon will no longer
if it's
be
buried in the
Dragons are like 7 or
dragon,
8
you can
feet long.
enlarge it and explode him from the inside.
Don't you have to see it to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Dang.
If Garthus was conscious, then you'd be able to.
I could just give it a good yoink with the bound weapon thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you could if you were alive is the issue, and
Yeah,
Toa,
if
the
you were
person who would get
conscious.
you back up, is not here.
It's okay. That's what we have our other person who heals people for.
He's gonna get eaten alive.
Nah, you're being too negative.
Honestly, I think my best bet would probably just go to this window here, see if I can find a stick, and just fling it into the dark and hope for the best.
With
Because if he can't see, right?
Albertine, whisper sweet nothings to him.
Just for the sake of keeping the turns going, I think that's what I'm gonna do. If can I even make it in there?
So
That door's closed.
Each one of them is that door's closed. So opening that door would be an action.
I think the closest I could get is there, and there's no window there, so
3, 4, 5 here actually, unless you dashed.
yeah. And if I dashed, I don't think I'd be able to use. Dash is an action, not an attack. Well, attack is an action, isn't it? I still don't understand the combat mechanics.
Yes. So you get you get an action, a bonus action, and movement, and they're all separate from one another. So
I could dash and still use it.
Yeah. So if you have a spell that's a bonus action, you can still.
I don't think it's a bonus action though.
Yeah.
It constitutes as one action. All of my stuff is an action. Because it has casting time. Yeah. Yeah, all of these are casting time. One action. Oh, well, magic weapon's a bonus action, but that's not going to help me. So I would have to... take... If I'm going to fling it, I'd have to take the risk and hit Albertine. Because I can't see anything over here. Because, vision blocked. I'd have to pick something that's basically in front of the door here, which is guaranteed straight to murder him. Yeah, there's
You could just yell
there's nothing I
Albertine.
can do in this position. I'm not going to lie.
You could
I'm
yell
not option.
Albertine duck. Albertine uses his reaction to duck, and then you hurl it.
I don't think that would work.
DM? Because if they're on the ground, projectile or ranged attacks have disadvantage on hits.
Yeah. Sure.
I guess we can give it a go. I don't know. At this point, I got nothing else to do, and I want to get the turn going. So I guess I'll do that.
But we are not fighting duck. We are fighting dragon.
fighting dragon. I guess I should ask DM, is there some sort of sharp or blunt object I can see in front of the doorway that I could fling its way?
Not really.
Nope. Okay. Well, I have Ray of
They're
Frost, which is just a straight line shot. I can use that.
Are there no rocks on
pretty
the
large.
in a road or something?
Yeah, they're like
The
fist-sized
nothing...
rocks. But I mean, like, in order to hurt it, you probably want to aim for somewhere vital. And there's a decent chance that
true.
you'll miss.
Yeah. If I'm gonna miss
Okay,
anyway, I
yeah.
may as well. And I'm gonna do an attack. I may as well do Ray of Frost, I guess.
Fair.
Which is basically gonna be the same thing. It'll slow it down if it hits.
Hold on. Look up the rule cover, because this may...
You see, I don't honestly know how to handle the obfuscating barrier here.
All right, hold on.
Oh, the
Full
giant
cover.
ball of darkness.
Because
It can't
in
be
my mind-
targeted directly by an attack or spell, although some spells can reach such a target by including it in an area of effect. So pretty much just area of effect spells and saving throw spells that
Then
rely
I-
on the target
I-
being able to hear that's about your only...
I have one that fires a cone in any direction of my choosing. Within 15 feet, they make a Constitution saving throw. That's like my only thing I got at that point. I don't even know if that would technically count, because I'm still technically firing blind, even though all that matters is that he's in the cone's range. Says the spell, at least.
Yeah, no.
You could always just run in a straight line that way.
I could. Since he can't see out, I could, but I'd have to run through the darkness and hope I don't hit anything. You know, if I'm gonna run, it would probably be better if I went out the back door and just dashed around to the side of the building, honestly.
Oh, guys, I got some bad news for you.
Oh, boy, what?
You might have to wait until next session to find out.
No,
Ah,
you can't
DM,
cliffhanger us like
you
this!
cannot do
You
this.
can't do that!
How many rounds of combat has it been?
It's been
2.
1.5. Or
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
two and
If you count the first encounter, probably 2.
I'm trying to remember how long that one particular thing takes.
what thing?
The particular thing that all dragons have that doesn't care
Yeah.
about armor.
That
Oh.
would be the thing that I'm worried about.
The thing I don't know!
That's why I was like, Albertine, no, don't get close to us.
I'm a little
Is it-
worried by the... We'll have to find out next time.
DM, I have a question for you.
Go on.
Is it phased at all by the fact that it is suddenly blind?
Well, if it had
I mentioned
facial
I had
expression-
bad news for you guys.
It's gonna be able to see through that anyway.
No.
Yes, we should have done the enlarge.
Hang on. Hang on.
Okay, if it can see, I'm doing the catapult spell on that stupid spear because I can still connect with it with my little magical weapon spell thing. So
Dark vision does not work.
No, you're right. Dark vision doesn't work.
Like it
It doesn't. Yeah, Kellen,
dark vision doesn't work.
that's not all this dragon has.
I know.
the dragon is psychic or something.
Why?
Wait a minute. Do they have the other type of sight?
They do.
No,
You
there's no
don't.
way.
They do. There's 3
Where?
types of
There's another
sight.
kind of
There's
sight.
3 types. They have
Oh,
two.
in the ass.
They have
Disgusting.
2 of those 3 types.
What are the 3
Awful.
types?
The three
Oh, god damn it.
I don't know the 3 types.
Don't worry about it. We're fucked.
yeah, it's not looking good for you guys. You kind of gave it an advantage. It's gonna just kind of pick you guys off at this point.
Oh, Lord.
We are not
Benadryl
particularly smart.
just kind of sits down and goes, I was prepared to die, but not like this. Oh, god damn it.
Who wants to tell Toe that we're
Uh,
all dead? Except for till,
Blind sight. You
Yeah.
can see within a specific range without relying on physical sight. Within that range, you can see anything that isn't behind total cover, even if you have the blinded condition or are in darkness. Moreover, in that range, you can see something that has the invisible condition.
Yeah.
Well, our best bet is catapulting that thing far enough inside that it obfuscates the obfuscating barrier.
Lads, I would like to remind you that I have burned both my second level spell slots.
nice. I'm pretty
Whether
sure that's a
that's-
second level, isn't it?
Oh, Darkness and Enlarge Reduce are both second level.
Yeah.
And so we can't even do the other strategy because you did.
Nope.
It's not looking good, man.
Please tell me darkness is concentration. You can just end it early.
I can. But Benadryl
Does
doesn't
Benadryl
know that
know
dragons
that?
have blind sight.
Yeah, nobody here does. Nobody is going to be expecting this.
Can I call for a panicked Arcana roll?
Sure, why not? Last order of business before we end the session. Panicked Arcana roll.
roll for heart attack.
After this, I would like to roll for how much I wet my pants. Oh! 18 plus 6, 24.
Oh wow, you did roll it. It looks really weird, like when viewed from above.
Yeah.
You can press
18.
Alt to, look at it flat on.
Huh, so you can.
You can also press and hold Alt and then scroll wheel to zoom in and out of an object too.
How fun.
Oh,
All right, so
damn it.
you recall almost too late that dragons have blind sight.
A little bit of pee comes out.
I'll give you this. I'll give you that.
I mean,
I'm still gonna stick with my plan come next session because it'll be my turn.
Yeah.
I gotta bail us out somehow.
Benadryl looks at Lars and he's just like white as a sheet, and he's just like, "We might actually fucking die, bro."
The darkness is
And-
ended
I'm just
here.
gonna
The
let you know
darkness
I do
bubble
not
just-
have a second character ready, so
The darkness bubble just whoop, vanishes.
Yeah, all right. I think that's where we're gonna call it.
Okay.
Think
the
very
DM gave us
carefully.
the get out of jail free card.
Think very carefully about how you're going to approach this next session. There's a
Exactly.
very good chance that there will be a TPK because the dragons, especially evil ones, not known for like leaving survivors or being merciful.
Yeah.
Lads, I have.
I think we should have gone with the paralyze the wing and run away strategy.
All right. Well, anyways, that's
Oh,
where we're gonna call it. I'll see everybody next week on the stream.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna start preparing a second character.
Should I
Not a
get my
bad
chisel
idea.
ready?
Hmm?
Because I'm gonna have to carve some tombstones.